Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, welcoming you back to Detroit in our continuing coverage here on ESPN of the World Series of Bowling. We're in the midst of semifinal number 1. Rhino Page taking on Steve Jarris while they're away. Page in the 4th, working off that open frame in the 3rd, would get a spare. And then in the 5th, he would get his 3rd strike of the match. Jarris, a spare in the 4th, and a strike here in the 5th. Not as lucky in the 6th. Leaving the 2-10. And he whiffs his first open frame, so no longer a clean game for Jarris. Up now, Rhino Page, and here is Rhino on why he is gone with the clean look up top.
Well, I've got my head shaved for the next 9 weeks now. My best friend, Rusty Marquez in Fresno, is going through chemotherapy, and I told him if he had to go through that I would shave my head with him to support him. We take things for granted in life, our health and everything, and you know, him being exactly my age, going through cancer and all that, it's a little bit scary.
And there's Page's 4th strike of the game. Quick update on his buddy Rusty Marquez and his battle with testicular cancer. He's doing very well, able to get out on the golf course now is Rusty. So good luck, Rusty, and keep it going. And love to have friends like that who'll shave their head for you.
What does that say about Rhino Page's integrity and character?
Yeah.
I mean, how many friends do you know would shave their entire head and go through maybe a little bit of what you're going through? That's just spectacular. What a story.
They're out there, but not many. Page in the 7th. Gets 3 in a row.
Yeah, and that was a big hit. Working on a double, as you see Rhino Page's dad rooting him on. This is for a 3-bagger and a 30-pin lead. Rhino Page really wanted that one.
Jarris, bottom of the 7th, off an open frame. Didn't like it. Brooklyn strikes it, though.
That's probably where
The smile says a lot.
Well, I'll tell you how confused Steve Jarris is when he said that one's not going to hook enough, and it goes Brooklyn. Well, that's when you really know that you're going to have a heck of a time getting your ball to face the 1-3 pocket.
Jarris with a big hole to try and dig out of as we begin the 8th. There's his 4th and his first pair of strikes of this semifinal match.
And he finally got a strike on that left lane. There's a form that has really withstood the test of time. Steve Jarris, he says, you know what, I got to get something going, and I got to get it going now. His first double of the game. Rhino Page in control, working on 3 in a row.
Page told me his goal's pretty simple. Player of the year. I got a lot of work to do to get there, though.
You're right.
Leaves the 7-pin. He's been working on, as he says, keeping everything smooth from the top of the swing, a little less grab, stop forcing things, and using more of his legs to generate that power. And he really kind of had a sophomore slump last year, Randy. He called it, quote, an almost train wreck. Started poorly, took a step back, worked again, and kind of salvaged what could have been a real disastrous season. As he slams down the 7 for a spare here in the 8th. Coming up next Sunday, it's the PBA Chameleon Championship. Amleto Monicelli taking on Bill O'Neill, Sean Rash versus Ronnie Russell. And then the following week, it will be the PBA Scorpion Championship. Live coverage ESPN, 1 o'clock. Jason Belmonte will be there. Thomas Smallwood, Sean Rash, Mike Devaney, and the ladies as well, Liz Johnson and Shannon Pluhowski. We begin the foundation frame 9th.
Just a little too much oomph on that shot. That ball went pretty straight, comes in late. A little bit too much speed and loft, and that ball never grabbed the lane surface. leaving the 3-9.
You heard him say, settle down. Settle down. She tries to take down the double wood. Lead at 17 now for the Southpaw in his third year on the PBA Tour.
Well, you can see how much energy and muscle he's using. This is a strong kid, too. Hoisting that 15-pound bowling ball down the lane like that. Now, Steve Jarris could strike out to shoot 224. Rhino Page is still in the 2 teens.
Oof.
Didn't take long to get that one back from the Brooklyn, did it?
7-10 after back-to-back strikes.
Boy, this is just a rotten break. I mean, Steve Jarris has been battling. He's been hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. The next thing you know, he gets right back in it. Pocket 7-10 on a double.
Did you say hair in a biscuit?
Yes, I did.
I haven't heard that one. Takes care of the 10, leaves the 7. Now I can't get that image out of my head. Thanks, Randy.
You're welcome. Well, I'm here.
Got away with one.
Down 31 as we enter the 10th semifinal number 2 coming up in a matter of moments. Ryan Ciminelli taking on Michael Haugen Jr.
Yeah, the best Steve Jarris can do now is 190. Rhino Page will just need count and any kind of mark. And there's a wide right shot. This match, for all intents and purposes, is over.
He folded camp.
Yeah, and he's really ticked off about that pocket 7-10 to the 10th. He didn't shake it off quick enough to even give himself a chance in the 10th frame. You know, Robin, the thing that makes that split so bad is it doesn't even give him an opportunity to spare. Remember, in the history of the tour, the 7-10 split's only been made 3 times. Well, if you give him a spare in the 9th, he can strike out and shoot 200. He could shoot 201. That would force Rhino Page to get up in the 10th frame and get good count and a mark.
One more time.
So at least he finishes strong with the strike there to close out the 10th, and he's done with a 180. And now Page, he missed the season opening Motor City Open TV show by just 1 spot. Was 38th last week at the Cheetah. So Page will move on to our title match. And Rhino, one of the players you'll see in our first major of the season, the PBA World Championship, which will be broadcast live here on ESPN December 13th. The 26-year-old already has a career that many veterans would envy, but perhaps the most spectacular highlight in Rhino's young career, the 300 game he threw at the Daido Japan Cup earlier this year. The reward, yeah, a cool 100 grand.
To be honest, I didn't know I was bowling for 100,000 for a 300 or anything. You know, when I shot it, PA runs up on the stage and starts yelling, 100 grand, Mop, oh my God, you know. I thought, what? I was totally shocked.
What won't be a surprise is to see Rhino in the finals of any of the PBA Tour Championships this season. He's already made it to the semis of December's PBA World Championships, where he'll join reigning PBA Player of the Year Wes Malott, 05-06 Rookie of the Year Bill O'Neill, and Thomas Smallwood, the former auto worker who's now bowling for a major. And you can see the PBA World Championships live on December 13th, 1 Eastern, coming away from North Rock Lanes in Wichita, Kansas. But who will face Rhino here in the Viper Championship Finals? Coming up, we'll let you know. New sensation Ryan Ciminelli taking on Michael Haugen Jr.